So Bitcoin has hit $11,703, and that is very, very close to $12,000. So people are getting excited. What's next? 15K, 20K? Obviously, the higher it goes, the more attention is going to be brought upon cryptocurrency. And also that attention can go both ways, whether it goes up or down. If it were to suddenly fall a lot, let's say $2,000, that would also grab attention, although that would be negative attention. So one thing I have to say is you shouldn't look at the prices. You shouldn't care too much about it. If you believe in a project, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, or a new project, for example, a DeFi project, and you've researched it quite well, you've invested into it. I'm not saying you should ignore completely where the price is at. You should maybe look at it every now and then, but don't worry too much. If you have your limits set, if you're not investing too much into it, projects that you will fail on, you'll learn from those mistakes, and the rest, hopefully you're able to make some money. But what is next? What should we care about? Well, let's look at the big things in 2020. It's not just Bitcoin, but Ethereum 2.0. That is a huge aspect to this. A lot of people are getting very excited. Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency in terms of total market cap value. Ripple XRP has beat out Tether. It is number 3 again. Remember in 2017 when we thought XRP would beat Ethereum and when we thought Ethereum would beat Bitcoin? That would be an interesting scenario where right now Ethereum would be number 1. Anyways, Ethereum is approaching $400. And why are people excited about that? The past 24 hours, we saw Bitcoin go up 2% while Ethereum went up 6-7%. The reason for that is that I believe Ethereum was one of the first causes for Bitcoin to really start shooting up recently, and that is due to the next part of its roadmap. It's not just some small update. Ethereum is essentially evolving into the next level version of itself. And that is huge because not only are DeFi projects based off of that, but there's a lot of ERC20 tokens. So all these ICOs, yeah, sure, a lot of them failed, but some of these ICOs raised a lot of money and they turned into very, very valuable projects. And there's thousands of these projects that are connected to Ethereum. So it's obvious that as soon as Ethereum starts going up because of a big update, because we're approaching Ethereum 2.0, then all these projects will also be affected by this. Everyone who's studying cryptocurrency currently and everyone who's looking at it from a coding aspect, they're interested in learning the language of Ethereum, Solidity. It's easy to work with, and that's why a lot of DeFi projects are getting on board with Ethereum. Now, it's not the only way DeFi projects are working, but a lot of people will be looking at Ethereum 2.0, and we will be making a video about this going in depth. So one of the next points we should be looking at is DeFi projects themselves. A lot of people have been looking into them, and just my own opinion, don't know too much about them yet. I'm researching them. I'm excited about them, but they kind of feel like the more stable version of ICOs. They're based off of Ethereum. A lot of them are. They're raising money, but it's decentralized. So with ICOs, what happened was there was a lot of scam projects. You had a lot of people that had huge amounts of tokens up front, and it wasn't that decentralized. So when a token is centralized, you can abuse that money. You can have pump and dumps, crazy actions going on, and people, the investors, end up really losing out on that, and it's not fair to them. Well, as Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these coins start to stabilize, governments and global corporations get really excited and start working with blockchain technology. I think the phase of ICOs has died out long ago. There's still projects that are raising money through that way, I guess. But alongside Ethereum evolving, we also have the next level of fundraising, the next type of financial projects, which is what most of blockchain technology was being utilized for at the very beginning. Then it started branching out into travel, into some solutions for problems that we never knew existed. Some weren't really that important. But then there were some really revolutionary concepts for some of these projects. So a lot of institutional investors want to find ways they can work with cryptocurrency, and DeFi can allow for that. It's going to offer new opportunities that you don't have in the traditional banking system. You can't connect a lot of these projects and new tools with banks without first going through a lot of regulation. So whereas we're not in the Wild West days of crypto anymore, and there is a little bit of regulation here and there, and taxes are coming on board slowly, which will be my next point. There's still a lot of freedom revolving these projects. People can work together, and that's kind of the problem with corporations, these giant government projects. It takes forever to fix a small problem because you have to go through the bureaucratic process. If there's a problem, the manager above you has to approve that, and the manager of that manager has to approve that, and if anything goes wrong, you have to restart. Well, here it's still the early days of this. If there's a problem that needs to be fixed, the solution is quickly found. People invest in it, people enjoy it, great. You're able to use that financial tool, you're able to pair it up with other financial tools. It's a pretty revolutionary concept, and as long as it's stable, obviously, as with anything, there's always going to be problems to be found. It has a pretty good chance of being something new, something better than was previously available to the markets for institutional investors. And some of these guys don't want to work with derivatives. They're not happy with futures. That's just too much risk on them, and I understand. I would never really want to trade with derivatives unless I fully understood them, which very few people do. So one of my next few points that we should look at is the fact that governments are getting on board. Whereas there was a few nations that were like, either we ban cryptocurrency or, it's interesting, maybe we allow for these companies to register with us, and maybe we're going to give them better tax incentives, and maybe we make some money off of this, and maybe we create our own cryptocurrency. There was only a few nations that really discussed that. Some banned ICOs, like China, just straight up like, hey, we don't want to deal with this. But China has, the Great Firewall of China. They have a lot of weird ways to deal with technology. Google's banned there, Facebook's banned. A lot of these normal companies that we have are banned. Now there's issues with TikTok, and ironically, TikTok's probably going to be banned in the US, so it's going the other way. Anyways, now there's a lot more nations that want to create their own cryptocurrency. And not only that, but regulators from these nations are like, yeah, it's money, it's currency, it's property, it's whatever. There's various terms that each government will use for cryptocurrency, but they want to work with it, they want to tax it, and they want to create their own cryptocurrency. So that is a huge plus, although it can be a negative in some of the more dictatorial nations out there. So where you have limited freedoms, and cryptocurrency and Tor and all these outlets can help you get away from that. If these countries really start to dig into crypto and they try and abuse some of its properties, it's not going to be that great, but we're going to see how it goes. In general, I think it's a positive though. And that brings me to another point, which is corporations. Corporations are very similar to governments. Obviously, they're going to work a little bit more differently. So most of these blue chip companies, these giant global corporations, we saw Walmart getting in on the action. We had so many memes with JP Morgan Chase recently in the news. We've had PayPal and Visa, MasterCard, Venmo, Revolut. Those have been already working with that. Robinhood, well, everybody's familiar with that. I saw eToro, Jack Dorsey's app. We have the Cash app. We've got a lot of these companies that are either pro-crypto or they're into just using the blockchain technology. They want to advance it. They want to research it. They want to advance certain aspects of it for their own advantage, for their own purposes, whether that is collecting data, whether that is trying to invest with it financially, or trying to enhance the lives of their employees, or just make things a little bit easier for them at the office. A lot of companies are getting on board. Some companies, like this one in France, Société Générale, is busy building a security token for its own bond business. So that's pretty cool. We've got a lot of big banks getting on board, and either they're going to be working with already established cryptocurrencies, they want to create their own cryptocurrencies, or they're going to be using blockchain technology. I think in most cases this is a positive, and I also think the times are changing because the employees, a company, a corporation is big. You have sometimes tens of thousands of employees, and I think that as the employees start revolving and you have newer, younger employees who are familiar with cryptocurrency, some may be even experts with it, some are now looking for blockchain experts. They're creating their own blockchain branches. They're creating, tens of jobs, maybe even hundreds of jobs at a company that has nothing to do sometimes with cryptocurrency or technology, like Walmart. Sometimes they sell computers and stuff, but it's just a retail business. You have a lot of companies that I think within the next few years are going to not only have a positive impact on people who want to invest in cryptocurrency, but we're going to see some crazy new advancements that hopefully cryptocurrency companies are able to take from these giant corporations, and it's going to be working back and forth. So everything is kind of united. If one company figures out a way to advance a cryptocurrency, all the others will take that same technology, and hopefully, we're going to be approaching whatever's the next step of cryptocurrency, a full decentralized aspect of it, or whether that's replacing the dollar or taking over the world, who knows? But I think it's a positive step. I had to turn on the car because it's just way too hot in here. I actually prefer recording in the car. So one of my last points, I guess, would say, this is in with nations, with countries, but that point was more, hey, governments are going to work with cryptocurrencies. They want to build their own cryptocurrencies. They want to explore it. They want to research it. But this is a particular point, a specific aspect of the government. It's regulatory. So whether those are regulators from the IRS with taxes, I just realized maybe the air conditioning is blowing on the microphone, so we don't want to do that. Let me hold it up high. So whether that is to do with cryptocurrency taxes or the other aspect where they want to avoid crime, they want to research how to stop crime, and they want to regulate companies that are based in their own country to report with KYC, AML details to, let's say there's a transaction limit for like Bitcoin ATMs and Bitcoin exchanges, anything over $1,000, anything over $10,000 needs to be reported. Like all the data that's related to that. So they mainly want to look out for ways they can collect money from taxes and ways they can avoid criminals and catch criminals. But also they're going to be tasked with, hey, how will this fit in later on with like the economy falling apart? How will this fit into the banking system? Because cryptocurrency still has a long way to go, although it's getting closer with stabilization, until all institutional investors, or most of them, are used to cryptocurrency. Because still people look at it as high risk. And also another aspect, until countries stop banning cryptocurrency, until they fully accept it, which I'm not sure if that's ever going to happen for some countries. I think we're approaching that. And this is going to be an epic decade. So we're already more than halfway done with this year. I'm pretty excited. Maybe Bitcoin's going to hit, $15,000, maybe 20K, maybe it's going to go down. Who knows? Who cares? I'm excited with what's already been happening. We had the Bitcoin halving this year. Ethereum 2.0 is pretty exciting. DeFi, the fact that more companies are getting on board, the fact that governments are being okay with certain crypto aspects. There's going to be more companies, there's going to be more innovators, more entrepreneurs, more investors, more people who are just interested in cryptocurrency. And I understand that it is my destiny to create a cryptocurrency YouTube channel with 100,000 subscribers. So without fully understanding cryptocurrency, because it's been a while, so what if I have experience with buying and holding cryptocurrency? If I don't fully understand cryptocurrency, it's time for me to get some courses. So I found a free cryptocurrency course, and no, I'm not going to try and sell you on something here. I'm going to take it myself. It says it's 23 hours. It's from a guy who worked at Princeton University, or it's actual Princeton University offering this crypto course. I'm going to have to look at it again, double check what it is. And it seems pretty cool. It's got some chapters to it, and it goes into something that I'd want to explore, and I'm actually going to get a crypto book on this. This goes really in detail with the technical aspects of cryptocurrency, the mathematical side of things and the cryptography side of things. This, for example, like this old problem coming back from the times of Julius Caesar. How to ensure that a message arrives safely to another party. It's encrypted, and I'm excited. Like this is going to be pretty cool. So I'm dedicating 2 to 3 hours every single day to just watch YouTube videos from other crypto YouTubers. I want to learn from them. I'm going to be taking this course, I'm going to be ordering a book, and the most important aspect is playing around with cryptocurrency. Now, I don't mean investing, I just mean playing around with it. Seeing what new applications there are, seeing what's going on in the news. Guys, we're going full 110% crypto. This is a crazy decision. This is just like 2017 when I decided to drop out of 2 universities to pursue crypto. And that was one of the best life decisions I've ever made. I made over $100,000 within a few months while at university. I'd be broke. I don't know. It'd be terrible. That university degree, yeah, I'd have a degree right now unless I drop out like a year later. Sure, I did lose most of the money because I was silly with it, but if we make, again, another $100,000, I'm not going to do the same mistake. So a lot has been learned. Guys, I wish you all the best. Thanks so much for watching. If you are new to the channel, or if you're coming from Avi, or if you just want to hit that subscribe button, hit it, get your notifications going, and hit that like button. Share your opinion down below. What do you think is next? What do you think should be studied? Are you familiar with DeFi? If not, well, we're going to make a short video on DeFi coming up pretty soon. Doing some research on it right now. And the best way to learn is when you are teaching other individuals, because you have to learn at the same time or right before you teach. So when you're repeating the same lessons that you've learned, suddenly your brain is like, I got it now. And also reading your comments. This is awesome. Guys, thank you so much for that support. See you tomorrow. daily uploads, also daily live streams. So you know, it's coming up right now. Yeah, by the time this video comes out, I've already live streamed today. So super pumped. See ya.